Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Williamson again, and I've got a nice story to read you today. It's a lovely summery story, and I like this one because of the pictures that are in it. It's all about a bee and what a bee does. And bees have got an important job. They spread out all the pollen between all the different plants, and that helps things to grow so that we can have our crops, our lovely apples in the autumn time. Most things that we eat need bees and need insects to pollinate them so that they can grow better. So this story is all about If I Were a Bee, and it's called If I Were a Bee, I'd Dance on a Sunflower. And what a beautiful picture. I love the pictures in this, and I hope you'll enjoy it too for the pictures. Let's see. If I were a bee. If I were a bee, I'd dance on the sunflowers, their big yellow faces as bright as the sun, hopping and twirling and buzzing for hours. In those big bright flowers I would have so much fun. If I were a bee, I would fly to a poppy field full of big bright red poppies for miles and miles. I would drink all the nectar I could fit in my tummy from those big bright red poppies with those big bright red smiles. And it looks like they're smiling. They're smiling. If I were a bee, I would fly to a meadow to collect up some nectar from each beautiful flower. I would turn it to honey in my hive. Just one taste would bring you alive. If I were a bee, I would live in a beehive. My brothers and sisters would all live there too. We would work very hard making combs for our honey to bring big jars of goodness for each one of you. If I were a bee, I would work for hours in and out of garden flowers, the foxgloves, daisies and sweet pea too, collecting up nectar to make honey for you. If I were a bee, I would buzz around the foxgloves. Their pretty pink flowers fit me like a glove. I would have so much fun in and out of each flower. Those pretty pink foxgloves give their pollen with love. It's a bit hard to see. If I were a bee, I would fly with my friends to a bed of red tulips so big and so bold, drinking nectar and pollen from each of the flowers. These big bright red tulips are a sight to behold. If I were a bee, I would call on a fuchsia. Its big bright flowers would welcome me in. I would feed on its nectar until I was bursting. Thank you, dear fuchsia. I will call again. If I were a bee, I would play in an apple tree. With my brothers and sisters, I would have so much fun. We would spend all day pollinating the blossoms, so you can have apples kissed by the sun. If I were a bee, I would sleep in a poppy. Its big, bright red petals would cuddle me in. I would dream of new places to work and to play, and wake in the morning to a sun-shining new day. If I were a bee, I would fly to the clouds. I would twirl and buzz and feel very free. I would fly to the meadows and flowers and trees. I would do all these things if I were a bee. And I love the pictures in this story. I've sat here in my living room because outside my window, if I turn my camera around, let's see. Can I do it? So it seems I couldn't turn my camera around whenever it was recording, but I've turned it around now. And here you can see all the flowers outside my window. And the bees love to come here. Of course, none of them are here right now, but I can see why. Because if I take you on a little walk outside, excuse my messy living room. Let's see, through to the front door. Let me open the front door. I was looking out the living room window and I could see why the bees weren't at my flowers. Look, they're all busy in these buzzing around. They're all busy out here. They must love these flowers. Like there's another couple down here, busy working away, getting the pollen and the nectar and spreading it round. So that's why there were no bees on my front ones at the moment. They were outside on these ones.